Kyle, just how much does Lance's energy rub off on the other guys, and where specifically do you think he's improved last year to right now?
He's way more confident. But I told Ugana, what did he do that you didn't do? He sprinted. So he was in a position to go make baskets. I took Ugana out because a big kid got 2 balls from him. You're out. Other guy's in. Well, yeah, just give me numbers. Give me 7 and 2. Doesn't matter what you say. He got the ball from you. Lance went in and did it. Now, I think we're going to have a lot of that this year, and they're going to have to accept it. Game-to-game stuff. And that's including our guard. I told them, I think the best way we can do this is no one's playing more than 25, 27 minutes. And then we'll figure out, you may play 18 because the guy playing 26 or 7 is playing really good. Then we'll let him go in your next game. So we have to see. I mean, I also got to figure out who's going to finish the game. Who are the 5 that are on the court the last 5 minutes? Part of that is making free throws. Part of that is execution. Part of that is grit and grind and toughness. But who is it? I don't know yet. But, a lot of good stuff today. And, shot the ball, we ran. You say, well, why didn't we run against Michigan State? Well, they made a great effort to get back to not give that to you. But the second thing is there were no clean rebounds. We were rebounding and celebrating. What? Rebound and get rid of it. Let's go. That's how we play. But sometimes when the guy's tired, he will rebound it and tell the guy, come back. We're a team that we got to get something in transition, not 2 points. We got to be at 15, 18 points in transition. And we should be, the way we rebound. Yeah.
You had the chance to play a lot of different combinations tonight. What do you really like about having 2 point guards on the floor at the same time?
Well, and Antonio's played some point for us too, so you really could have 3 at one time. But we had 25 assists. That's what happens when you have good guards that are unselfish. And the other thing is, it's not just about shooting. It's about making. Okay, and that's how you get 25. And what's funny? I watched South Carolina State. I watched a bunch of tape. And the stuff they're running and how hard they're playing, I knew the press, they wouldn't be able to press us like they had these other teams because we'll get shots and we play in a very aggressive. If you press us, we're trying to score 100. So I knew that would be out. But what they did offensively, the hard cuts, the end of the half, making 2 threes, they never stopped and they won't. So I was, but I was happy. Oscar, we weren't going to play him today, but the reason we played him is it's a different game for the rest of our players when he's in. One of the things we did a really poor job of, Michigan State, is post feeding. Now you tell me why that would have happened. What? We aren't posting the ball when he's not in there. Now all of a sudden he's in there, you're trying to post it, and you're not a good post passer. We worked on that yesterday and today at the shoot-around, how to throw it, make sure you're ready to get it to the post. And you ready where you space to. We hadn't thrown it to the post. I needed him out there today just so we got to be a team and play together. We were going to give him off, and I said, why don't you play, 5, 8 minutes a half. Now, what about that makes him really unselfish? Stats. Yeah, okay. You're going to play 12 minutes and you want to be the leading rebounder in the country and all, and you accept doing that? That means you're unselfish. You're about your team. Because I left it up to him. I said, you're not going to play more than 18, 15 minutes. And then I said, do you want to start the second half, play 5 or 6, and then I'll take you out. So I don't know exactly what he played. 13 minutes. Think about that. Player of the year in the country. has 20 and 10 or 20 and 18 first game, and he says, yeah, let me play less. Yes.
Cal, you played Tuesday, short turnaround, play tonight, leave tomorrow. How do you feel about your team heading to Gonzaga and the areas you need to improve?
What I told them, you know, I want your mentality to be, and I've done this before, your mentality is, we beat Michigan State. Where would you be feeling right now? An out-of-bounds play, a free throw, a missed shot here, late game not executing, but all that stuff, we didn't play great. Still should have won, could have won. I give credit to Michigan State. Tom Izzo's a great friend. But I want them to have the mentality, you played well enough to win that game. Let's say you won it. How would you feel going to Spokane right now? Because half of this is the mentality. We needed to make shots today. You know we made only how many threes up there? Today we made shots. We only took 24, but we made shots. And you need that going into that game. But there's going to be a lot of, you know, they're going to be a lion right now because they just lost at Texas. So this will be a hard game for us to win. This is the great thing about November, trying to learn about your team. And I still am learning about my team. But I like the group. I liked them after Michigan State. Missed some shots, did some stuff, had some script. We hadn't practiced together. How about Oscar? He didn't play for 4 weeks, played 1 practice and did that. Supposed to be out 2 more weeks if you're a normal human being. It's 6 weeks. He came back in 4. Yes.
John, we're pretty high up, so I can't really tell, but is this team talking to each other enough? How are they vocal-wise, and who are the
They are,
talkers?
but you have guys like Adu who doesn't. So a lot of breakdowns that we do, someone is assigned the basket the other team scores. And it could be 2 guys or 3. You all get 2 points or 3. So at the end, without knowing, in Adu's time, he gave up a lot of points today. Now, I told him, when we play a ranked team and I put you in and you're in and there's 2 basket scores, you're probably not going to play the rest of the game. So these kind of games, you got to talk. But he's a young freshman. Chris Livingston, exactly the same. They're young. Now they're trying, but it takes time. It takes experience. I was happy with Chris today. Driving the ball, making a shot. He started a little shaky, like he was up in Michigan State. He was shaky. But we need his toughness. I put the challenge to both Jacob and Damian. We need offensive rebounds. If you're not getting them, you're going with one hand. I'm taking you out, and I'm playing Damian. I don't care the other stuff. Rebound the ball. Jacob had 9 rebounds today. I'm looking at Damian. You better get blocks. If you don't get blocks, I'm not playing you. I'll play Chris at 4. I'm holding them accountable. Wait a minute. To things they can do. I'm not asking them to do things outside of the realm of what they are. So, telling Antonio, score baskets. It's what you do. I don't care how you score them. Score baskets. And I told those 2. So one game, CJ has it going. He's going to play more than you. The next game, you go crazy. You're playing more than him. If you're a good teammate, you're fine with that. I gave him 3 things today. You want to be a great teammate, you're humble, you have humility. Here's what that means. I can be part of the problem. We had one guy after that game say, show me the tape of my errors and my breakdowns. I want to see one. Why didn't I have a whole team? Were you looking like it was somebody else? Humility. Take responsibility and be a part of what went wrong. Accept responsibility and say, it's on me. I try to teach them that in what I'm saying. I think what they do is look at it and say, yeah, you're right, it was you. Second thing is, you ready? You got to be hungry. You got to be hungry. Want to be coached. If you have an answer every time we're coaching you, how can you be a good teammate? What's your work ethic? That's being hungry. And the last thing is just being smart, not book smart. Could be both. But knowing what's important for this team and what isn't important. Well, I got to do this. Is that important for the team? No, but I got to do this. No, what do you need to do for this team? What's important? That's being smart. And so I told him, we got to be great teammates, and then we can be a great team. We got pieces, but if you're not great teammates, you're not going to be a great team. Not happening. Done this a long time. We're teaching kind hearts. You know the stuff we do. We're teaching servant leadership. Yes, that's part of being a great teammate, being that mentality. You know, Severe today, 10 assists. I mean, we're passing the ball to each other. So it was a good win, you know, and we got this one, we got the next one, and we got another one Wednesday. And then I think we leave for London. When? What's that? The following week? Michigan only won by 40 last night. Yes.
Looking at the game on Sunday, obviously Oscar, Player of the Year last year, back this year, Drew Timme, first-team All-American as well. What can we expect to see? Obviously much more than just a one-on-one matchup, but Oscar and Drew Timme, two of the best players in the sport from the last couple of years going at each other on Sunday.
So I've had this before. It was Marcus Camby and Tim Duncan. We played Wake Forest. Those two played. You would have thought no one else was in the game and there were no coaches. It was one-on-one. I'm telling you. Now, they ended up score being 52-46, I believe. And I've been wrong before. I think it was 1978, 77. But it ended up not being neither one. They played okay, but the hype of that was ridiculous. So I've been through it. I don't think, like Oscar, they like each other. Like, I've been at events with them. They'll both like each other. And Mark Few and he and I talk once a week, once every 2 weeks. So, you know, it's going to be a great challenge. It'll be a hard game. You know, in Spokane, 14,000. I'm getting calls all over the place. I live in Montana. Could you get me tickets? I'll drive over. I mean, I can't even imagine. And I love it's on an NFL Sunday. Perfect. Let's go. What do you want to watch? Steelers, or are you going to watch us? Steelers won last week, too. Last question. 60-46? What did I say? What did I say? You heard me wrong.
Talk about guys holding themselves accountable. Is that something that's come naturally with previous teams, or is that something you have to pull out of guys
Well,
usually?
It kind of rocks you when I'm saying we've had only one guy call about the tape and show me my breakdowns. Why wouldn't the rest of you have done that? So are you saying, well, I had individual meetings with each. How do you think you played? My second question, how can I help you? My third question, okay, what do you do to help our team? And some of them, how you played, the answers weren't right. You know, because I watched the tape, and there was guys that I thought I should have played more. I watched the tape. They shouldn't have played more. And it's not about missed shots and, you know, the way a fan will watch it. Are they impacting the game the way they need to? And you know what? I've been so impressed. How about Kaysen? Kaysen has a clear mind. I told the guys, clear mind. Before the game, I told him. The reason he has a clear mind, he's not playing to live up to, like, you didn't hear about him. I saw him play, and I'm like, holy cow. He has a clear mind. He just plays. If he has a shot, he shoots it. If I have a drive, it's not like, I got to score now. I haven't scored in the last. He ain't playing that way. But we got to have a team full of guys. I've already told you with Jacob and Damian, you better offensive rebound or I'm putting the other guy in. And if neither one of you do, I'll put Chris at 4. Offensive rebound. Now, they're going to check you and do it. That ain't an excuse. You're out, he's in. Figure it out. The same thing with our guards. If you're breaking down defensively left and right, the other guy's going to play. And we're working. I told him part of the reason we're behind in some areas, not only didn't we have our team together to really do late game situations and we just didn't have a team together. But the second reason is we're spending a lot of time helping them develop the skills they need to be successful defensively, offensively. And you can't go 5 hours a day. So appreciate it, guys. I'm going to have someone else do the radio, right? Okay. I'm trying to get home. You won't believe this. I'm a little tired. Thanks.